Hi everybody! I am recording this video because it's a little more emotional than my average videos that I do. You know how I love, sorry, I have like a wild hair. You know how I love to go live and spend time with you guys. Um, but I wanted to take the time to do this video. Um, because it's kind of sensitive, emotional. It's like a mixed bag of emotions type video. And I wanted to be able to convey it as effectively as possible to you guys. LuLaRoe has been such an amazing blessing in my life since I started last July. Um, I have met so many amazing people, and it has given me the ability to touch so many lives, like in a way I never thought was possible, and all through clothes. I mean, it's kind of crazy to me because at first it's just about leggings and dresses and other really cute and pretty things and unicorns. But it's so much more than that. With LuLaRoe, they really like you to get in touch with your why. There's a TED Talk, you can look it up on YouTube, by a guy named Simon Sinek. And it's the second most watched TED Talk in the world. And regarding almost everything, business, love, relationships. I mean, his talk is business focused, which is appropriate because I am a small business owner through LuLaRoe. He says, always start with why. Originally, I started doing LuLaRoe because I needed an out from my job. I was very unhappy. I thought I had my dream job. I was working from home. I thought I was going to be able to spend more time with my family. And it just did not turn out the way I thought it should have. Not everything does, right? Well, let's rewind a little bit. My whole life, I have struggled with feeling like I was good enough. Depression runs in my family. And I developed as an adult pretty intense anxiety problems to the point where it was so debilitating that I couldn't even drive. Last year was one of the darkest times in my life. My marriage had hit rock bottom, and I was so consumed with performing at my job that I felt like my son didn't even have a mother. I was not present for my family or life. All I did was work and sleep. It wasn't until I had a very personal incident happen where my work and my personal life collided that I kind of saw this light and said, wait a second, I am so much better than this. I have always wanted a job that made a difference in the world. And I wasn't doing that. I was passionless. There was no inspiration. My creative muscle was atrophy. Someone said to me during that time, well, lots of people get up and they go to jobs that they hate. And there was always that feeling like that there was something more. I didn't want to be miserable anymore. This stressful job had stolen my joy. It had stolen it to the point where, like, I was so stressed out that my body literally started to manifest the stress through health problems. And last year, or the past last year and like the year prior to that, I went through a bunch of health screenings and eventually they diagnosed me with fibromyalgia. So I physically was in pain from the stress and the unhappiness. And this corporate job that I had that was supposed to be fantastic was the catalyst. I ironically got put into a couple of LuLaRoe sales groups. And I was like, what the heck is this? I took myself immediately out. I was like, I didn't ask for this. Somebody just kind of put me in a group. Eventually someone put me back in one of those groups. And I started to look around and I reached out to the consultant and I bought a couple things. And when I went to go pick them up from her, I was shocked. Like, she jumped up when she saw me and hugged me. And I was so confused because I didn't know this woman. That hug totally changed my life. That week, as I talked to her, I said, what is this? Tell me what this is. And later that week, I entered the queue to become a consultant. I started watching like all these people on Periscope and joining all these Facebook groups, like how everybody does. And I put in my notice with my other job. I estimated the time that I was going to be in the queue for LuLaRoe because there is a bit of a waiting period. So I estimated that time and I was able, like, to a T to be able to stop my other job and start doing LuLaRoe. I just decided that's what I needed. I needed to take that leap of faith. I needed my joy back. I needed to live passionately again. I wanted to be the type of person that inspired other people, whose joy was contagious. So I started with LuLaRoe in July, and I have a sales background. So at first it was like, I got this. Like, no big deal. Like most people, it's a little bit harder starting your own business than you think. But I have been surrounded by amazing people in this group. I have blossomed into this person that you wouldn't have known a year ago, who you see every week laughing and joyful. Last year, that wasn't me. It wasn't. I'll be completely honest with you. My life is so much more fulfilled now. I have been able to touch so many lives, and I just want you to know how grateful I am for that. And for those of you who are maybe experiencing a dead end or stress or anxiety or depression, I see you. Even though you might be watching me from the other side of a computer screen or your phone, I've been where you're at, and there is hope. I do LuLaRoe because I choose to live a life that is driven by passion and joy to be able to inspire others to do the same. Because I'm worth it, and you're worth it, and you are so loved.